ni inama yaberaga i Kigali hano mu Rwanda kuri Kigali Convention Center, akaba ari inama yiga ukuntu umugore yagira ijambo mu miyoborere by'umwihariko mu mupira w'amaguru cyangwa se muri sport. Twagize amahirwe inama yitabirwa n'umwe mu bagore bakuriye umupira w'amaguru ku isi FIFA, akaba ari Sarai Bareman. Twamwegereye atuganiriza byinshi ibyo FIFA itekereza ku mupira wa Afrika, icyo FIFA ishaka gufasha umupira wa Afrika by'umwihariko mu Rwanda. Miss Sarai Bareman.
Sarai Bareman.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
Where that name from? I mean Kiwi.
The word Kiwi?
Yes.
It's a word. It's a slang word that we use in New Zealand because New Zealand has a unique bird living in the country called the Kiwi, and it's not anywhere else in the world. Only in New Zealand, so we call ourselves Kiwis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And we are happy to have you in Rwanda.
I'm very happy to be here. Yeah, it's my first time to Rwanda, and also my first time in Africa, in the continent. So I'm very happy. My first country to visit in Africa is Rwanda. It's a beautiful country.
Did you used to dream about to come in Africa, especially in Rwanda?
I never thought it was going to be possible for me to be here, and I'm very honored and humbled that I have this opportunity to visit, and it's important that I use this opportunity to help the women here and the Federation to promote and grow women's football.
How did you find Rwanda?
It's very nice. The people are very nice. It's a beautiful culture here. I enjoyed driving in the village yesterday. I went to visit some girls' football academy, and I really like it here.
So your comment, yesterday you went to the Football Association, you visited everything.
Yeah. I think Rafa is doing a good job so far for women's football, but I also think they can do a lot more. And this is part of the reason why I visited with them yesterday, because I want to talk to them about the challenges that they face and how FIFA can support them to help promote women's football in the country. I think it's important to have more competition for girls and for women. I think it's also important to have more activities for young girls. It's nice to have teams playing in the first division and second division, but those women are much older already. So it's important to create good players for the future. We have to have programs also for the young girls starting in school.
European countries, they, now they are in a top level, good level. What European countries did more than the African countries?
I think in Europe they have many things that we don't have here in Africa. They have access to very good quality infrastructure and stadiums. They have a lot of funding available to them as well. They have sponsors, they have commercial broadcasting, they also have strong club structures. This is something that is very strong in Europe. The governance structure in the member associations and clubs is very strong, and the administration and management of football is also strong. And it's important for any football to thrive and to grow that there is good governance at the top level to help the football players, the coaches, the referees to be able to grow and do their job. Well, in 2015 we increased to 24 teams. Before that it was 16. So already in the last edition we made an increase. I would like to see sometime in the future that we increase again, but it's important that we do it at the right time. If we try to increase too early, and we may see that the level of the competition is dropping. So it's important that we make a goal for the future, but we make the timing correct, and we focus on developing, I think, more at the grassroots level and supporting more countries to qualify and take part in the qualifying competitions. Then in the future, when we are ready, we can expand again.
Yeah. Are you going to even to see in Africa if you can, add some teams?
The problem that I see in Africa is when they have the qualifying competitions for the Women's World Cup, there are very few African teams that participate in this competition. I would like to see all African countries participating in the qualifiers. It's the same teams every year. The other thing that is very difficult is the cost. It costs a lot of money in this region for teams to fly to other countries in order to play. They have to pay for flights, accommodation, for meals, equipment. And this is a big expense for the federations. So I would also like to work with CAF, and there is a new president now in CAF. He's very supportive of women's football, so I'm very hopeful for the future here in Africa. And we can work to try to improve the qualifying competitions, to have more African teams more active more often.
What is your target in African football?
I would like to see countries like Rwanda in the future qualifying for the Women's World Cup. Now in Africa we see it's the same countries who are always qualifying. It's Nigeria and also Ghana every time. For me, my target is to see more countries like Rwanda also qualifying to participate in the Women's World Cup. I think the hardest thing in the African continent is funding. It's resource. Often women and girls, they are the last ones to receive money and to also receive equipment. It's hard to get access to fields to play and infrastructure. So I think if we can support the federation and work together with the government to have more facilities for girls and to help women's teams to get sponsors and to find funding to run the programs, this is something concrete that we can do to support.
In Africa, we have 54 countries, and those 54 countries in a league of each country is 17 countries only. Yeah. So as FIFA, what are you going to push and try to convince the other countries in Africa?
Yeah, women's football is one of the biggest priorities for FIFA. We have recognized as the governing body of football in the world that women's football must be given priority also by our members. And for me, it's very important that the member countries of FIFA are offering the same opportunities to girls as they are for boys. Where we see that there is a men's league, there should also be a league for the women. And part of our strategy is to visit with each country and to advocate and to talk to the different member associations and the presidents to help them to set up these leagues where they don't already exist. For me, this is very important. Presidency, he is planning to have a special symposium for women's football, which he has asked FIFA to support, and we are very, very happy to support this. And I think that from the symposium there will come a lot of ideas. One thing I love about Africa is there are so many passionate women here, and we see here in the room today at the conference, the IOC conference, there are many women who are passionate and willing to give their time and their expertise to support and to grow not only football but all sports for women and girls. And I think this symposium will be a really good catalyst to bring them all together and to put some concrete steps in place for what we can do to improve the situation in Africa.
Saleh, uyu ukuriye umupira w'abana n'abategarugori ku isi FIFA, asoje anatubwira yuko Symposium itaha y'abana n'abategarugori ayizi kandi ko tekereza ko hari icyo izafasha umupira w'abana n'abategarugori muri Afrika. Clarisse Wimana, Flash TV, i Kigali.